and it's called Birds of a Feather. Though this one is a banger, man. I love it. I love the energy. I love the vibe. I love the video. I love the cinematography and everything nice, man. Remember, we're live on www.spicefm.co.ke, also on Facebook as well as on YouTube. The handle is SpiceFM.ke. Steph, what?
You can follow us. Our hashtags are #hap_play
_Ferraccin.
Yeah, Matara. Across all platforms are there. I'm usually live. If you have any questions, talk to us, Maze. In case of any engagement, you want to come through, you have an amazing story.
Yeah.
We love to engage. We love to talk to you.
Yeah, we like all things about you guys.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cruising the internet.
There is an interesting topic here. It says, it's better to fail in originality than succeed in imitation. What do you think? That was said by Herman Melville.
Wow, that's really...
It's better to fail in originality
than succeed in imitation.
Wow. Okay. So I'm going to twist this thing. So originality, by the way, it takes a lot of effort and creativity to be original, isn't it? And when somebody listens to you say these words, it almost feels like now for them to feel like they've achieved originality, they need to have a sense of perfection. It's like, you guys, let me just do my thing, and then now once it's perfect, that's when I'm going to perceive this thing to be what? Original.
Yeah.
My problem with perfection is that in many cases we learn people like those never complete the project, the creation, because you're constantly looking to be quote unquote perfect.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll disagree. I feel like I'd rather complete something that's imperfect, not original, but it's done and dusted, and then I can go and sell it quick, and because of that I'll work on volume as opposed to intensity. Like I'll work on producing a lot more, as opposed to working on something dope and it's single, like something so sick. Like what's that painting called? The Mona Lisa.
The Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have like something that's like 60% the Mona Lisa, something almost looks just as good, and then have a bunch of them and make money out of those things, as opposed to making one dope thing. And that's going to take me so much time and creative effort, and it's daunting and stressful.
It's actually time that you just face the facts. Not every one of us is going to paint the Mona Lisa.
Right.
Not every one of us is going to come up with that main idea that creates a light bulb. But we can take what you've made and create it into something else. We can take what you've made and twist it a bit. If you look at shops, let's say like Walmart moved from kiosks to the big shops, and now we have them everywhere. We've got Carrefour, we've got Tuskies. Well, we had Tuskies. Sorry,
Nivers.
I came in and things changed. We've got Nivers, we've got Quickmart. That is all copy paste, but they have their own different twist in it. So when you're saying be original, how can you originally sell me bread? So there's some things where I'm gonna take the same concept. You know how it says, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Correct.
Take the same concept that you've used and it has worked for you, and just twist it with my own unique touch.
I like that.
And then
because also there's nothing new under the sun anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's very hard for you to just come up with your own concept that's uniquely yours, and we should patent it. Okay, you can do it like M-Pesa. You know what I mean? But I mean that comes like once in like what? In a century probably.
Yeah.
I mean, original ideas, even if they're flawed, they always just spark that conversation, and I feel like it actually improves someone. The fact of just chilling somewhere and thinking about something and saying that I'm going to implement this, that's a very, very huge thing to be. So just be original, like you said. No need for perfection. Just do what you can at your capacity. As long as it's original.
As long as you complete it.
Complete it.
Create it to its completion.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. And then that's the thing about Kwanzaa African creators, right? And I'm not just talking about artists. Like even just people we're all creators, whatever.
Yeah.
But look around you. Too many incomplete buildings. Too many incomplete projects, too many incomplete stories.
Yes.
Many people these days, I'm going to come up with a podcast.
They never do it.
Even if they do it, you get 10 podcasts. 10 episodes is done. Something happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't put pressure on yourself to be so unique. Sometimes just put your story out there as long as it's authentically yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Just keep on creating. Keep on creating. You're going to build traction. your real tribe are gonna find you.
Yeah. But at the same time, don't copy paste too. I would say if you're gonna copy paste, don't copy paste too much.
Oh yeah.
Just because my neighbor Paul has opened up a shop next to me doesn't mean I'm gonna come right next to him and open up another shop.
Imitation.
No, I'm gonna do something that.
And most people who actually imitate just end up stagnating.
Correct.
Lack of authenticity. You're just trying to be something else that someone else is doing. Like you see someone, it's crazy.
Yeah, you should do something that complements him. Like if you're selling bread, I'm gonna sell eggs.
I'll do milk.
Exactly. And then the whole chain is there. You get the whole breakfast chain in one street. Not you've got a garage, so I'm going to open a garage, and then he's going to open a garage.
I'm going to open a petrol station on the side.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have you seen Kenya? There's a petrol station here. Right next to it is another petrol station. I'm like, where did your creativity go? I mean, you just need to think just a bit.
But let me ask you. Somebody once said that Kenyan artists find it so hard to be authentic. For example, this whole gengeton thing, right? I mean, it sounds dope, but they're never they're never wild hitters. They're never they never hits outside of our borders. Because it's almost as if Kenyan artists, especially rappers, find it so hard to be authentic.
The main word you used today, actually earlier, impact. No impact. Because you're just someone else. You remember how Snoop Dogg was describing, he was told about the new school, the music, and he was like, it all sounds the same. So, like, it's not impactful anymore. Because I don't want to listen to music that sounds exactly like the other person.
Yes.
Where's the originality? Where is this function that someone's going to listen to? Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
sounds really different.
Yeah, it's not even just like the rap. Let's go all the way back down to the sound beats.
Yeah.
I hear your song, it has a sick sound. I'm going to take your sound and create a new song of mine with the same sound. What happens to the people who would sit down and make a sound from scratch and use it?
And it's like every new song that comes out nowadays, you can find it's just been sampled from like the 70s, 80s.
Why is it so hard to be authentic though?
Yeah, man.
Let's not judge too much. Maybe it's hard. Maybe it's difficult. What does this authenticity mean? Anyway?
People
what does
don't
it mean?
People don't want to work hard. They don't want to refine their own craft.
Yeah.
Kev, it's not impossible to be authentic. It's not impossible to be original.
Then why is it so hard? Why aren't guys doing it?
It's because it's so easy to copy someone else's work and then just polish it up and stick it and like, okay, let's move on.
And once you do it and you're successful in copying, it becomes a habit.
That's a habit. Now all I do is just listen to other people's things, ideas, and twist them.
Switch off. Sometimes kwanza mi bede before I kuja radio,
Yeah.
I never want to listen to any other station or any other presenter, even here at SpiceFM. I don't want to listen to guys on Spice Drive. I don't want to listen to The Breakfast Show. I don't want to listen to nobody, bro. I don't want to listen to any other station because I don't want any kind of influence in my thought process and how my creation is going to sound. In fact, I feel like if you're going to be authentic, just say your story. Authenticity starts with stories.
Yeah.
Right? How do you see certain things? Okay, tell me. And then what happened? Oh, really? I didn't know she was like that.
Yeah, we want your view.
Yeah, what's your angle? What's your perspective? Don't say it because you had it somebody saying da-da-da, and now you're gonna... Stories. We all have different stories, man. Kwanzaa as Africans. That's what originally made us different from other people. Africans are storytellers, apparently.
Yeah.
No, I had someone saying Kenyans like to take stories and put a bit of salt on them and then serve them to you with kachumbari.
Remix.
Did this happen?
Umezidi, you guys, what? You're exaggerating.
Yeah,
have you ever listened to someone who's telling you a story you told them? And they're telling it to you like it's the first time.
I know.
And you're like, yo, you dumbass. I'm the one who told you this story. What the hell are you telling me?
It has changed so many times. You're like, and then what happened? Like, I want to hear
and you're like, let me see how you're going to lie. Finish this.
Yeah, you'll be like, oh, and that happened. Wait, where was I?
But if you want to know, let me tell you, if you want to know they're actually dope storytellers in Kenya, just go read books by Kenyan authors.
Yeah.
What? Ngugi wa Thiong'o. Oh my God, bro.
Ngugi wa Thiong'o was heavy, man.
I'm reading a crazy book of his, man, and I'm just like, wow. You see what he's done? He's talking about, like, it's a fictional book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it called again? It's just about, so he's come up with this whole new country. He's talking about Kenya, but it's a whole new system. You can tell even the names, like there's this minister called Sikioku, and then there's another guy called Machokali, and then another guy called Mgusjiwot. Yeah, but the stories are so Kenyan, like you said, you can copy but Kenyan experience but you can make it your own.
Right.
Yeah, it can be fictional and it's going to make sense and it's going to build attraction.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm actually amazed that we probably don't even read that much of Kenyan stories, to be honest, and that's not good. We need to go back to the basics, man. Let's start. let's start experiencing our own stories from people who were here before.
Yeah.
How did they go about life before the Muzungu came? Can you imagine? Our great-great-grandparents, they had a lifestyle over here.
Yeah.
I was a global alumni for the Moth Storytelling Workshop. It's actually sponsored by Bill and Melinda Gates. I think I was telling you about that, Steph, and I really want you to register on it as well, so that you can enjoy the experience. It's just basically using stories to, advocacy and whatever you're doing. Just tell your story. You'd be so amazed at what people have to say.
Yeah.
In like 6 minutes, someone tells you about their whole life.
Yeah.
And you start looking at life in a very different angle, actually.
Right.
Yeah. Just tell your story.
Yeah.
Not his story. Also, wait, history. His story. Okay, I heard that. History.
I see what you did.
Okay.
I'm trying to get this book that I'm reading. Where is it? It's not even... A Wizard of the Crow. This one over here.
Wizard of the Crow.
Yes. So if you have time, guys, you can go check in this book. Wizard of the Crow. It's such an awesome book, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Wangari Maathai also has some good journals and stories as well.
Yeah.
I love how she describes things in her books.
Yeah.
Like the purple butterfly with hey, Mbaka, you're sinking deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're just in a whole new world.
Yeah.
Someone's taking you in deep into their story.
And those things, but they change the way everything, Kwanzaa, the way Kenya is, our narrative as a people, everything, governance, every aspect of this Kenyan experience starts with stories.
Yeah.
And if you want to just change how you approach even your work life, relationships, if you're trying to create impact out there, I suggest that you read stories by other Kenyans, especially fictional stories. You'll be amazed, man. Like you guys, and there's more to, truly there's more to life in Kenya than politics.
Yeah.
Truly. And that's why I was so excited about this show, by the way. Because the previous show that I was doing at Vibes Radio, too much siasa.
Limiting.
I'm done with politics.
Yeah.
Too much speculation, too much da-da-da. It's like it doesn't end. It has no ending. You're never going to make sense of politics in this country. The two stories are jabba, man.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And I get so amazed how you can create a career out of speculating what Ruto is doing. I'm imagining what somebody's good. I mean, really?
Political analyst. Yeah. Just the other guy.
Yeah, like you just what? Like this is like it's like bar talk. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So stories for me, stories can really change. You know how Gen Zs are so excited about alternative leadership, coming up with radical ideas, just changing how everything is done in this country, especially for Africa, not just in Kenya.
Yeah.
It starts with stories, especially fictional African stories. Will flip how you approach everything in this continent of ours. Go back to the basics, man. Easy. Anyway, that was just a light one. When we come back, JP, what's the story? I'm a Steph. Cruising the internet.
So it's crazy. I've just been reading something on X. Apparently, Itumbi is very excited that we're not supposed to be talking about politics too much, but actually, he says Gachagua slapped the hell out of him at the State House Lodge. Yeah,
easy. Let's make sense of that.
Did it make a sound?
Did it echo?
More of the timeless and greatest hits you love.
Make some noise.
94.4 Spice FM, Nairobi.